Something to put this on. I guess I can't. Anyway, I'm hanging out and waiting for my husband to come home, and thought I would kind of talk with you guys about what's going on at Disney. So yesterday, Kamran Pasha posted that he got a message from one of his people saying that Disney had enforced or enacted a hiring freeze. And that being said, that being something that's going on, hey Joe, would likely lead to layoffs. Now, how is this going to work? Now, I talked about this before, but I kind of want to talk about it live too. First off, the reason why they're doing this now is because, grab that there so I can lean my phone on something and it won't drop. The reason why they're doing this is because of the earnings report. I just got a message from my husband. And it's very, very likely that they're using the milk toast earnings report. It was very mediocre. Disney stock price went down about what? 6 points? That's a lot of money. Okay. Investors lost a lot of money there. So they're using this issue to probably start laying people off. Now, there's this look. I want you to look at Disney as a conglomerate. It is. I want you to look at Disney as a combination of divisions. You know what I'm saying? You've got the parks division. You've got the hospitality division. You've got the cruise ship division. And you got the studio division. And there are other divisions in there. You're not going to fire people who are doing a good job. Cruise ships, I guess, are doing well. The parks were doing well until the summer season was over. But I'd say that is not going to be the thing that gets people fired. They're not going to be, they may be looked at, I'm not sure. Hospitality division. The only thing that I am aware of is just how bad Galaxy's Edge, the hotel, is doing there. The fact that they've had to cut prices, they can't fill it, and this has happened sooner than we thought, by the way. Okay, and that it's more like, the prison in THX 1138 than it is a Star Wars themed thing. Says a lot. So what are they going to do there? Well, they can lay people off. They can revamp it. They can do something. My suggestion is to completely redo it and turn it into a Coruscant nightclub or something like that. Okay, a restaurant like at one level will be a really nice, fancy restaurant that you'd expect Padme and Bail Organa and Mon Mothma to come in, and then you'd have another place separate, a cantina, a bar, a dive, where you'd have all the aliens that you saw in episode 4, and Han Solo showing up. Okay, they're gonna have to change things, okay, because it's bad. It's bad. It's a total fucking fail. And that can be pointed at Kathleen Kennedy, because she was the one to say do it that way. Okay, so, and Mandalorian Mandoverse is already at Disneyland. All right. You already see Din Djarin and the kid walking around. Okay. All right. Now, let's talk about other failures. Marvel. All right, here's the deal. Wakanda Forever is coming out, and it made $10 million overseas its first night. That's bad. That's in my opinion, that's not good at all. Okay. The movie's getting rave reviews from, of course, the shills, the shill reviewers, but it's a bad movie. If you watch Midnight's Edge and listen to what Andre said and Chris Gore said, it's bad. Okay. Marvel has a problem. Pixar has a problem. Walt Disney Animation has a problem. Walt Disney Studios has a problem. And the one that's really probably really dragging everything down, because despite all the announcements, there's nothing out there. It's all fake. It's all gaslighting. Is Lucasfilm. When you get a message like Cameron got from his guy, and he said that there are emergency meeting that happened at Lucasfilm, the shit's about to get real. And now we've got a rumor of a hiring freeze. Look, I'm gonna tell you guys something. This shit's been going on for a while. Okay. Let me explain. When you get announcements by Leslie Headland of them talking to actors, and then it's like, but it's the thing about The Acolyte is it's there are people that say it's going on. There are people that saying it's dead. What's going on? Okay, that's a question to ask. And then you get Damon Lindelof and Chinoy saying they're developing a movie. No, they're not. You get Sean, what's his face, the guy who did Deadpool 3, saying he's developing a movie. That's not real. None of it's real. Okay, none of it. This is designed for Kathy Kennedy to keep her job. Okay, I'm positive right now. And it all just started happening now. You've got the rumor going out that Kennedy's no longer allowed to talk about anything in development because the howdy, just some other guy, the word from the shells was none of these things ever go to production. The reality probably is they're probably waiting for the new person to come in, and that person does not want to deal with her shit. Okay, but as Conran was told, as long as she's got something in the hopper, they can't touch her. But she's also told to shut the fuck up. Okay, now, how many times can this woman violate agreements, go off reservation, act aggressively towards management, which is she's doing now? I don't know. But when you get rumors from inside Lucasfilm, and they're real, that there's an emergency meeting about what's going on there, and then you get the hiring freeze being designated on Disney, shit's about to get real. Okay, I don't really know who's going to be fired at Pixar. I don't really know who's going to probably be let go at Marvel. Kevin Feige is probably safe. I don't know if Victoria Alonso is, or anybody that works with her is. True. All right. Kathleen Kennedy is not safe. All right. If what we were told about the Indy 5 test screenings, and there were 5 of them, and all 5 came back from the test audiences hating it, Chapek lost his shit. All right, he screamed at her. Does that guy seem like a person who screams at people? No. Bob Iger did, but not Bob Chapek. Chapek, I believe, has just finally had it. All right. And I think he's looking for a way to dump her. Now, you have to go to the board and say, I want her gone. Okay. And you have to go through the lawyers at Disney to figure out how to do it. Okay. Meanwhile, she's scrambling to pretend like they've got something going on. Let's talk about the picture from behind the scenes at the Acolyte. Everybody in this picture this is fake. First off, if you look at the picture, it looks like it's taken at Galaxy's Edge, not on a soundstage or a set. Okay, it looks like it even could be somewhere near the Millennium Falcon. Both actors are in street clothes. They're not in costume. Okay, and they've got it staged so it looks like Dinglebat, Harvey's former personal assistant, is directing them. It doesn't even seem photoshopped. It seems like they went to Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland and snapped a bunch of pictures or something like that. And look, I can't believe anybody would go so far as to do this, but then I think Harvey's former personal assistant, is that crazy? And she might be doing it on her own, and yet she's doing it on Kennedy's behalf. And we were talking about this on Kamran's Patreon, and Lucasfilm is going to get decimated. If they do layoffs at Lucasfilm, it's over. The wokesters are gone. Okay. And as far as Pablo Hidalgo goes, if you go on Twitter, you will see that his cover shot photo is of the Kenobi series where he gets mentioned in the credits. But I'll get to that. But in his bio, he says nothing about working at Lucasfilm. He says writer. That's it. Okay. So, I mean, he could change it back tomorrow. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. My feeling is he's still there, but something tells me he was basically put back to being a consultant, and that's it. Okay, look, why do I say that? At D23, when they only had the High Republic, all right, in Indiana Jones 5, and well, no, they had Andor, and they talked about Ahsoka, and they talked about Mando, but at D23 they had a writer from New York with new High Republic writers, and a few of the old ones. And it looked to me, after reading what his status was and his title, he took over Hidalgo's job. Okay, and it's very interesting to me seeing this going on, because they're not going to be forthcoming. When this comes public, it's going to be because somebody inside broke it to somebody, all right? And it'll probably be, the rap or something like that. Maybe the Hollywood Reporter. But as far as I can tell, I don't think Hidalgo is in the same position he was. Okay, because he was the band leader of this bullshit. Why hasn't he gone to any of the meetings and meet and greets with the authors? Who is this new guy? The fact that they gave one of the authors a creative role at Lucasfilm, and this guy won't. I mean, if they're laying people off, he's done too. Look, Bob Chapek is looking at a failed movie franchise. He's looking at Indiana Jones being a fail too. He's looking at 3 out of 4 live action Disney Star Wars streaming shows not doing well. Boba Fett, Kenobi, and now Andor. And I think the worst one of all of them by far is Andor. I don't get why people like it. Okay, Tony Gilroy was in Variety talking about sex in Star Wars and how hard it was to imply it. I remember Irving Kershner talking about that, The Empire Strikes Back, and basically saying, well, he'd never done it that way before, but you imply something's going on. All right, you show, don't tell. All right, Irving Kershner, like so many of the old directors, was a master of that. Okay, he didn't complain about it, like Tony fucking Gilroy, who's a okay. So we've got that. We've got a failed publishing initiative. All right. Look, when did The High Republic come out? The first novel? Like last year? Like January? It's already at the Hollies. We've got Alphabet Squadron that didn't even make it to paperback. Hardback at Ollie's. Okay, failed publishing. Failed comic books. They're still trying to put Dr. Aphra shit out there. These are the things that Bob Chapek is looking at, okay? When he looks at Kennedy, all right? Now, Marvel. Doctor Strange didn't do that well, didn't make $1 billion. Shang-Chi didn't do well. The Eternals was a joke. And now we've got Wakanda Forever. We've got SJWs like Victoria Alonso running around the hallowed halls of, so many great writers. And it's absolutely appalling to me that she's allowed to do it now. Maybe she's on the out. We don't know. But when you hear hiring freeze, and they did it literally the day of almost of the earnings report, something is definitely going on. This is a thing that's coming to a head, okay? Oh, hey, Andrew, how you doing? So I'm not surprised by this. If Lucasfilm had been successful in any way, I don't think that we'd be hearing about emergency meetings and seeing all these gaslighting fake announcements. And, Kennedy is going against the agreement or against orders. Look, she can say she has plausible deniability, didn't know they were gonna. Bob Chapek can look at her and say bullshit. Okay, but let's talk about something that has suddenly dawned on me. Frank Marshall. I respect him. I like him. He's the talent and the brains in the family. And his name is on Indy 5 too. So what the fuck? Okay. Is Chapek now in the process of having to deal with both of these idiots? And, you know, or is Frank going to be really pissed off at her for all of her stupid ideas? Okay. And you look at him and go, why did you let her do that? Okay. The big elephant in the room is him. First off, he's a very important, powerful producer in Hollywood. His name is on things like, oh, Jurassic Park. The Indy franchise. And if you look at Steven Spielberg, you're going to see Marshall's name. Same with George Lucas. So Disney's going to have to talk to him too. Okay. But again, yeah, cross element, and that's my thing. Frank Marshall's reputation is solid, but he's got this shit to worry about. So, when you're looking at this and you're thinking they went on a 40-day vacation, hopefully they had heart-to-heart talks about what they want to do, and then this shit happens. And I'm not going to be like Doomcock and pretend like she's the all-powerful Grand Dame. She's not. She's a joke. And she always has been. Again, what is the motto of this channel? The Empress has no clothes. Okay? I think that if anybody's going to tell her to back the fuck off, it's going to be him. I don't think they have a relationship like that. When Kamran said he met them, Frank did all the talking, and she just sat there like an idiot. Hey Lance, how you doing? So I think she wanted to prove she could do it without the guys. I think that she failed miserably. Okay. I think that he's going to be the one to have to say, we need to reshoot this. Okay. And you need to let Lucasfilm go. Unless you did it already. Look, she might have an ego. She might be too stupid to realize what a fucking failure she is. Again, is she the kind of person to blame everybody else? Yes. I mean, from what I've heard, every time a movie failed, she blamed us for it. It's like, we didn't make the movie. You expect us to spend money for this shit? Okay. That's not how the Force works. Okay, the only decent line ever from the sequel trilogy. So, Chapek just has to cut loose. Okay. And he's going to, there are feelings out there. He may shelve Indy altogether, which would be a blow to both Marshall and Kennedy. Okay, or he may say, here's your golden parachute. Here's your golden parachute. You will get to have your name on the Indiana Jones thing, but you're not allowed anywhere near it anymore. And then he goes to Mangold, fucking fix this thing. Right? I mean, how much money is Disney supposed to deal out there till Kennedy gets it right? Okay, she never got it right before. I would venture to say she didn't get TFA right. Right. Well, We don't get any. I didn't when they were at D23. I didn't get any feelings that Kennedy uh, had done anything bad. But at Star Wars Celebration, he looked at her like he was going to kill her. I mean, Ford looked at her like, shut the fuck up. All right, you can go look, go watch it. It's just, yeah, sorry. It's interesting to me watching all this happen because I want this movie to come out and want it to be good for Harry. I don't care about Kathleen Kennedy. I don't give two fucks about James Mangold. I don't give two fucks. I mean, Frank Marshall, okay, whatever. But Harry's the one that wanted this movie. Okay. And the idea that, maybe they fucked with it after they wrapped. Okay. Maybe they fucked with it after they wrapped. And what was edited and put together for the test screenings was not what Harry thought it was. Okay. He's busy filming Shrinking and 1923 right now. So, I don't know. All right. I don't know what to think. And it's very intriguing to me how this is going to go down. Because you have people, look, Harrison Ford is not a man to fuck with, okay? I don't care how, Ryan Cannell or Matt Kadish, deifies Kathy fucking Kennedy. The Empress has no clothes, all right? Get that in your brains right now. She never has. Her running Lucasfilm proved it. Okay, she can't lead. She can't deal with administration stuff, and that means dealing with dumbasses like Pablo Hidalgo. She let all that shit run wild. Okay. She can't be bothered to watch fucking dailies. All right. She's the absentee mother. What the fuck was she doing? Okay. These are the things that if I was Bob Chapek, I would be bringing up to the board. I would bring up Hidalgo's tweets. I would bring up Matt Martin's tweets, Kristen Hidalgo's tweets attacking people. All right. I don't care if it's your Twitter account. If you work at Lucasfilm, which is now owned by Disney, you are representing both companies. And when you treat people like me, like you, like they're Nazis because they didn't like the sequel trilogy and Solo, you need to be fired. Okay. All right. Even J.J. Abrams said about The Rise of Skywalker, I know it's not a good movie and you don't have to like it. Okay. It's the last movie he's done, by the way. All right, people. He doesn't have anything going on right now. As far as, well, he might, I haven't looked. But think about it. All right. The Curse of Solo Skywalker. I call it that. The Curse of George Lucas. Fuck with his stuff and you're gonna pay for it. But I want to talk a little bit about this because I think everything is coming to a boiling point. And it doesn't make any sense not to clean out the bad actors. I mean, look, Disney stock, see if I can find it here. I don't know what they were trading at today, but let's look. All right, let's see. All right. $89.77. So it's gone up plus 3. That's terrible. Yeah, it kind of, well, it was up to like 100 before this weekend. I looked in the Wall Street Journal, and now it's down. Right now, it's trading at 89.77. So here, so well, they don't. They never. It was down to $79 in March of 2020. There you go. But that right there is enough to start the ball rolling. I don't know. I gotta go because I gotta read a message from my husband. See you guys around the galaxy. Behave, be safe. Something goes on, I'll be back. Talk at you later.